3, 4.
Rev up your engine! Scotty is moving. Yes, I'm moving. You might have noticed. My 94 Celica, it's gone. It's escaped from Texas. And where has it gone? It's driven itself to Tennessee. And I am soon to follow. It shouldn't say for sale. It took a whopping 2 hours to sell my house. Well, my wife certainly picked the right place to buy years ago, that's for sure. Now I'm moving my entire operations, including my repair shop, to Tennessee, to be with my son and grandkids. What may be bad news for Texans, since I won't be here anymore, will be good news for Tennesseans. And what does it mean for all of you out there watching me? Well, not all that much. I'll just be moving operations. You won't see my crowded garage. As you can see here, I'm beginning to pack things. It'll probably take a while. But as the saying goes, wherever you are, there you are. Still gonna be the same old me. Maybe I'll get a little fresh perspective being in Tennessee, where there's actually hills. And it isn't all flat like here in Texas. But fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on your point of view, I will still have the same brain inside the same head, giving the same car advice, which now I have 53 years experience of working on cars, because I just had a birthday 2 days ago. Now I'm going to film the move so you'll get to see everything that's going on. This is stage 1, where I'm attempting to figure out, okay, what am I going to keep? What am I going to give away? What goes to the Salvation Army? What goes to Tennessee? Unfortunately, I can't bring my Chinese arbor vitae tree with me. They do live to be 750 years, and this is just a baby. It's only 55. Because it's one beautiful tree. Check that out. And the house where I raised my 2 sons, it'll probably be turned into rubble. But as they say, entropy is the end state of all matter, and it'll probably be the end of my famous garage here. But hey, my son's got a 2-car garage with heating and air conditioning. I am getting old. I might need a few creature comforts when I fix cars now. But don't worry, the sign's coming with me. That's screwed on, and it can easily be screwed off. Now, except for those people here in Houston, thanks to the miracle of the internet, this isn't going to affect any of you at all. Used to be, somebody leaves, they're gone. Oh, we can't get their advice anymore. I'm still on the internet. Nothing is changing. I'm still going to be doing my live car broadcast on YouTube Live every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Every Saturday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can still ask questions. I'm still going to be making videos all over the place. I'll even still have all my tools. Well, at least all the ones that are worthwhile. I'm sure there's a bunch of them in here that fit cars that haven't been made for decades. I'll give you an example of my grandfather. When my father finally shut down a garage and my grandfather was like 85 years old, we had to get rid of everything in the garage. He had parts. This is in the 1980s. Okay? We had parts in that garage from Model T Fords, water pumps, exhaust systems. You think I'm a hoarder? My grandfather was worse. He had parts from Model T Fords in the 1980s, just sitting on a shelf. Now, he was no fool. He sold them to guys that do Model T Fords. Back in those days, there were even guys that were collecting them. And it's not like today. He would have got a lot more money today because he could have put it on eBay, put it on the internet. In those days, he just told people, and the guys that fixed old cars came in, and really, he only got about 10 cents on the dollar for the parts. Got a little bit of money for it. Sold the compressor, sold even the copper tubing that was around for the airlines. But thanks to the internet, old Scotty doesn't have to worry about small change like that. I thank all you people for watching my videos. I get 3/4 of a penny every time you watch one. You might think, what's that? Well, you know, 1 billion of them is decent money. So I'm just worrying about continuing to give you great car advice and answering your car questions. And that's going to make no difference that I'll be in Tennessee instead of Texas. Hey, they both start with T's anyway. I was even thinking about moving back where I came from, New York State, until I looked at property taxes and I looked at New York State taxes. So Tennessee seems like a pretty good idea to me. Besides, blood is thicker than water. I got a son, grandson, granddaughter there. It's for the best, except for the people here in Houston. I'll only be doing that in Tennessee now. And it should be an interesting adventure because I'm going to have to go into the bowels of my garage, into the darkness, and see what I haven't seen, sometimes for decades. And people tell me it's humid in Tennessee. My big old fan is coming with me. It's got wheels. They probably wouldn't make it to Tennessee though, so they're just going to be rolling up into the 26-foot Ryder truck I'm renting. I'm filming the whole thing. You can get a kick out of it. Maybe you learn a little about moving and renting trucks while you're at it. Do you think Scotty was going to pay some guys to move his stuff? No way. I even mow my own lawn. I'm old school. I like keeping it old school. For the price that some guys wanted just to ship my motorcycle to Tennessee, I can ship all the stuff I've got in the house in the garage in a 26-foot long diesel truck. So now all I have to do is start the motorcycle and drive it up the ramp. Let's see if it still starts. Well, in the olden days, a Triumph may have been very hard to start. First of all, you would have to prime the carburetors, then jump on it and kick start it. But this is an electric start. Now, the early English motorcycles and electric starters would have never started either. But this is a Triumph Thruxton. It's made in Thailand. They moved their factory there. The Thais are better at building British motorcycles than the British ever were. Now, I've lived in this house and worked in this garage for over 40 years, and times have certainly changed. Used to be, you could look down the backyard and you could see from one end of the block to the other. Now you see is fences, new townhomes, and behind that, if you look further, a giant 9-story apartment complex they're building. That's all that noise you've been hearing for the past year. So my new videos will be calmer and gentler in the hills of Tennessee. You won't hear all this construction noise like you've been hearing here. But you'll still be getting the same great car advice, only now with one more year of experience. Another notch in the belt. Unfortunately, the belt notches seem to be getting further apart as time goes on. But I am going to be bringing my electric scooter. And I don't think I'll be doing much ice skating in Tennessee, but I'm bringing my Bauer roller hockey skates with all those hills. And I'll certainly miss the old homestead. But really, that's one advantage of having knowledge and a skill. You can go anywhere, make a good living. You don't have to think, oh, what am I going to do there? If you can fix things, you can fix them anywhere. And thanks to the internet, if you're showing people how to fix things, they can watch it anywhere. They got fiber optic cable in Nashville too. And they have phone service there, so I can answer your questions, can upload videos, and believe it or not, this is what I do my live stream with, which ironically is kind of absurd because originally I did it with a very expensive gaming laptop, professional 4K cameras, professional studio mic, but Google decided years ago they're really not supporting desktop live publishing all that well, and it turns out that my little Samsung S10 actually broadcasts my live YouTube questions and answers better than all that fancy equipment. I'm not a computer guy, so I just know, I guess it's something about the software in here is stripped down so it can work quicker for live broadcasts, where the cumbersome stuff on a laptop and a big 4K camera with a studio mic, it has to do too much change and it doesn't work that well live. So I might be moving, but it isn't going to affect you watching my videos, other than I'm a year older and maybe a year wiser. Hey, only time is going to tell that one. But stay tuned the next few weeks. You can watch the whole process, including the moving out, the actual moving in a 26-foot long diesel truck, and the moving in Tennessee to set my new garage up. Who knows what will happen and what interesting tidbits I may be able to pass on to you if you're ever planning on moving or even setting up your own garage. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.